I need to tell you something that might sound a bit controversial. Ready? I think a lot of people are getting coastal farmhouse decor completely wrong, and it's not their fault. We see these perfect, all-white, shell-covered rooms everywhere and think that's the goal. But what we're left with is a space that feels more like a sterile hotel lobby than a soulful, breathable home. It looks beautiful, but feels empty. It's missing the heartbeat. If you've ever tried to mix a nautical stripe with a farmhouse table and felt like something was off, or if your home feels the me instead of timeless, you're not alone. The magic and the mistake is all in the blend. Today, I'm sharing the 5 non-negotiable elements that separate a forgettable theme from a timeless sanctuary. And I'm saving the most important, the one element that makes all the others sing, for the very end. Consider that my little cliffhanger for you. Because this isn't about following a rigid checklist. This is about a feeling. It's the feeling of bare feet on a cool floor, the smell of salt air, and the sturdy, reliable comfort of a well-loved home, all woven together. It's about bringing the beach home with genuine rustic charm, not just a few decorative anchors. Let's find that feeling. Section 1. The Foundation. A storytelling, neutral palette. Let's start with the canvas, your color palette. This is where most tutorials stop at use white and blue. But that's how you end up with a generic, forgettable look. The secret isn't just choosing neutrals. It's choosing neutrals that tell a story. Think beyond pure, bright white. Look to the world outside your dream window. We're talking the soft, creamy white of seafoam, the warm, grayish tan of sun-bleached sand, the hazy, muted blue of a distant horizon on a foggy morning. These aren't just colors, they're environments. When you paint your walls in a sea fog gray, or choose an oyster shell for your trim, you're not just painting a wall, you're creating a mood. You're building a backdrop that feels inherently connected to the coast without screaming it. And here's the farmhouse twist. This pale, natural canvas is the perfect stage for warmth. It allows the rich, grainy texture of natural wood, which we'll talk about next, to truly pop. It makes those layered textiles feel cozy, not cluttered. Your palette shouldn't shout. It should whisper the promise of peace and relaxation, making the room feel airy, yet incredibly grounded. It's the difference between a showroom and a sanctuary. Section 2. The Soul, Reclaimed and Weathered Wood. If the palette is the canvas, then wood is the soul of this style. But not just any wood. We need wood with a past, a history. This is where rustic charm earns its name. Forget the perfectly stained, uniform planks. We're hunting for character. Look for pieces that look like they've been lovingly worn by time and the elements. A dining tabletop that bears the gentle scars of family meals. A chunk of driftwood, sculpted smooth by the ocean, turned into a sculpture. Exposed structural beams overhead, whether left natural or painted white, that speak to the home's honest architecture. This weathered texture is non-negotiable. This element does the heavy emotional lifting. It brings in warmth that balances all those cool, coastal tones. It adds a sense of authenticity and durability, a reminder of old farmhouses and sturdy boats. It tells you this home has been lived in and loved. Mix your woods. Pair a dark, reclaimed oak table with lighter ash chairs. Let the grains and tones converse. This texture is the antidote to anything feeling too new, too perfect, or too cold. It's the heart of the rustic narrative. Section 3. The touch, tactile, natural textiles. We've set the stage with our quiet palette and grounded it with soulful wood. Now, it's time to make it irresistibly inviting. This happens through touch, through the textiles you layer in. And in a coastal farmhouse, every fabric should feel like it comes from the earth or the sea. Prioritize natural fibers above all else. Think linen for its beautiful, relaxed crumple and breathability, perfect for slip-covered sofas or bedroom curtains. Think cotton, jute, sisal, and seagrass for rugs and baskets. These materials aren't just visually pleasing. They have a texture you can feel. A chunky, hand-knit wool throw for cooler nights. These are the fabrics that invite you to curl up, stay a while, and truly relax. And let's talk pattern. If you want that classic coastal nod, lead with a timeless stripe. But keep it soft, a faded indigo, a hazy blue-gray, a sandy beige. Avoid loud, primary color nautical flags. The goal is a gentle suggestion, not a costume. Layer a striped pillow on a neutral linen sofa, over a nubby textured blanket, atop a natural jute rug. This combination of textures, smooth, nubby, rough, soft, creates a depth and a sense of casual luxury that is the ultimate definition of comfort. Section 4. The spirit, a less is more nautical motif. This is the element where most people go overboard. Pun absolutely intended. Bringing the beach home doesn't mean turning your living room into a souvenir shop. The key is subtle, sophisticated hints, not obvious statements. Instead of a shelf full of mass-produced shells and anchor statues, choose one or two incredible, authentic pieces. A vintage brass porthole turned into a mirror. A single stunning piece of coral displayed like sculpture. A framed vintage map of your favorite coastline. Even better, opt for abstract coastal artwork, art that uses the moody blues, greens, and sands of the landscape without literally depicting a lighthouse. This approach is about evoking a feeling, not illustrating a postcard. It's the difference between wearing a costume and wearing a piece of jewelry from a place you love. That one special nautical or natural artifact becomes a cherished focal point, a conversation piece with a real story. It whispers where your inspiration comes from. By exercising this restraint, you keep the space feeling elevated, personal, and timeless. You let the essence of the coast seep in, rather than drowning in the literal iconography. Section 5. The secret weapon, the lived-in vintage element. We've arrived at the final element, the one I teased at the very beginning. This is the secret weapon, the piece that truly makes a coastal farmhouse decor scheme sing with personality and stops it from looking like a page from a catalog. It's the injection of the genuinely lived-in vintage element. This isn't just any old thing. This is the find. The piece with a past life so rich, it brings its own story into your home. Imagine a massive, chippy-painted apothecary cabinet repurposed as your kitchen island, or vintage industrial shutters used as sliding door panels. An old ship's lantern as a pendant light. These pieces have a patina, a character, and a history that cannot be replicated new. Why is this so powerful? Because it adds a layer of authenticity that instantly warms and deepens the entire space. It bridges the gap between the rustic, historical farmhouse and the relaxed, natural coastal. This one piece becomes the anchor of the room, literally and figuratively. It tells anyone who enters that this home wasn't decorated in a day from a single store. It was curated over time with love and intention. It has soul, and that is the ultimate goal. So let's bring it all home. Coastal farmhouse decor isn't a strict formula of white paint and ship's wheels. It's a harmonious, layered conversation between two beautiful styles. It's a storytelling neutral palette that sets a serene mood. It's the soul of reclaimed wood that brings warmth and history. It's the tactile embrace of natural textiles that promises comfort. It's the spirit of a subtle nautical motif that evokes rather than shouts. And finally, it's that one secret weapon vintage find that ties it all together with irreplaceable soul. Remember, the goal is to create a feeling, a sanctuary that is both invigorating like the sea and comforting like the countryside. Don't be afraid to mix, layer, and choose pieces that speak to you personally. Start with your neutral base. Anchor it with wood. Weave in your textures. Add a hint of the coast, and hunt for that one special vintage treasure. If this resonated with you, if you're looking for that soulful blend, then I've got more for you. In the comments below, I'd love to know, which of these 5 elements are you most excited to look for? Is it the hunt for the perfect vintage piece, or finding that just right weathered wood? Tell me your thoughts. Thanks for spending this time with me, dreaming of homes filled with light, texture, and stories. Until next time, keep looking for the beauty in the imperfect, the weathered, and the wonderfully real.